How's everybody doing today? We are going to work on removing this body side molding on the Pontiac. The rubber just slides out of them, and if you all can get your turn here where you can see a little better. The body side molding, I don't know if this will shrink down or not. Nope, that's it. It's pop riveted on. I was hoping it was screwed on, but no, we can't get that lucky. So we're going to be drilling out these rivets and taking these out. That's hot. We have plans, once we get this molding off, to do some other stuff that's coming up. These are not hard to drill out. Hey guys, how are y'all doing? Looks like that was still got some rivet on it. We're gonna have to get something to pop it loose. The worst part about taking this stuff off is that it leaves holes in the body. But again, we are not. The Pontiac is pretty rough. It's never going to be a show quality car. It's going to be a driver. It's going to be a fun car. Something you can enjoy. And some of the rivets don't come all the way off. I have nothing against somebody that has a show quality car. It's just that I want to be able to enjoy what I work on. I'm not worried about somebody running into it. This is something the average guy can do in their spare time. And this is what I'm doing in my spare time. On my drill again. And of course all the doors are locked. No power locks on this girl. Okay. At least that's two holes that are going to be easier to patch. Alrighty. That one we might not have to patch. It's in there pretty solid. Alright. Got 6 people watching, nobody talking. And this thing kind of messed up, the chat kind of messed up on me the first time. I lost connection. So I can't honestly tell you if the chats are working. If somebody would just say, try to say hi or something like that, that'd be great. That way I would know if it's working or not. That one. All right. Yeah, I don't know if it's working or not, guys, but anyway. One off. Let me grab the bucket. Some of them, there's rust behind them. And we're gonna have to deal with that a little bit. But for the most part, as you can see over here, this had some rust bubbling up. And this was some real deep gouged scratches. Not that I'm worried about the scratches, I just kind of want it reasonably smooth when I clear coat this. See this here, right here, it's got a little rust bubbling up, and we'll take a little wire wheel to it because just knock the top of it off. And then we'll come back with some sandpaper and smooth it out a little bit nicer. Not that anything's really going to be that nice on this car. I'm down to one cordless drill because the other one, the chuck messed up on it. So it's like everything else. And these things are supposed to have lifetime warranties on them, but you know how that is. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on it. I just want to get the bubbled up paint off. And like I say, I'll go back with sandpaper and smooth it out. Probably just hit them all a little bit. They all got a little bit of pitch underneath them. That one's pretty good. I'm not gonna mess with that one. I think we're gonna call that done. Well, done enough until we get to the sandpaper. So. Well, I don't know if the chat's working or not, guys, but I'm not going to restart it. It's just, unfortunately, going to be what it is. YouTube has so many glitches anymore. I've done this on the other side. I got too much crap in here. This one has an end cap. I'll bring you down here. Bring you over here. You can see here, this has got like a little end cap to keep this plastic or rubber or whatever it is. I'm going to say it's plastic of some sort from sliding out, but it's shrunk up so bad it doesn't really doesn't matter if there's an end cap on it or not. Well, that went through. That took me in the trunk with it. I'm not saving any of this stuff. It'll all be scrapped. Now we got the end caps off, we can take this molding out of it so we can get to the other rivets. Little snug. I have to say, that must have been for some pretty good quality stuff that I'm assuming it's original to the car. I don't know. Right in. All right. That's got it all off on the passenger side. That didn't take too long. That's good. Because the rest of it's going to take a whole lot longer. Some of the rivets went through and some of them did not. That's out, that one's out. This will be contrary because it's the last one. Yep. There it went. All right. Let's go back and put the wire wheel and see. You can see down here we have rust all the way through. I'm not going to deal with that right now. We may down the road, but I'm not concerned with it. Like I say, we're not putting a paint job on it. We're just going to run a little clear coat on it to preserve the patina and keep it from rusting in it. See, like this here, I'll sand that down a little bit and I'll put that rust reformer or whatever it's called on it to keep it from bubbling up any worse. And you know what? For the body guys, if there's any body guys watching, I know you're probably saying you're a freaking idiot. Well, I can't deny that. I probably am. But you gotta understand, this was $1,000 car, and it might be a $1,500 car, as much work as I put in it. But I probably have, and this explains I'm an idiot right there. I probably have over $5,000 in this thing, with all the stuff I have done to the engine and the other stuff I'm going to do to the engine compartment. But most guys that work on cars, they end up with more money in them than they'll ever get out of them. Kind of like the van. I I got more money in it than I'll ever get out of it. And that's fine. You know, I didn't start doing this to actually make money. Even though I would like to get one check, just to say that I was monetized at one time. But if it happens, it happens. Now I'll get the sander. And no, I don't have an orbital sander. I just have a cheap old $29 sander that I got from Menards. But it'll do the job. I'm going to say the chat's not working because there's nothing on it. So. Sitting on the tapes along it. Extension cord. Being you guys can't comment, if you hit that like button, that'd be great. I'd appreciate that. Well, I've got a little bit of interaction in it. Like I say, what I'm doing, anybody can do. You can see I got high quality tools. This is just a plain old generic sander with some, I think it's 220 grit or something, I don't know. I don't plan on getting, I'm going to rough light sand the whole car to get a little smooth, but I'm not going down to paint on everything. Like this right here, I'll sand it the best I can and probably hit some of it with a little primer and knock out some of these chips, but for the most part, there's not going to be much body work done. See this spot here. So that spot there, you can see it's got some rust on it. That we will hit with that rust reformer, so don't come back out, and then we'll do a little shot of primer over the top of that rust reformer. Give it a quick buff down with a Scotch-Brite or some 600 grit, and then we'll shoot it. So, as you can see, these are a little rougher. And this is all I'm doing. I'm just smoothing the rough, feathering it out, the rough edges. I mean, well, I want the paint to be half-ass okay, but like these are gouges. Now I will probably sand that out. Same way with these little chips. I know, it's not a show quality car, but I was going to weld the holes in, but, you know, again, time, and I got a lot of other stuff to do. So I plan on taking this to the No Name Nationals this year in September. And you guys will have to watch for some footage of it down the road. Last year I took the 18 van. It was a lead sled, which I knew it would be when I took it. Everybody kicked my butt, which, you know, to me I like to win, yes, don't get me wrong. I like to win, everybody does. But I knew it when I took it, how it was going to be. And I knew the van wasn't going to win any races. It was about the camaraderie and hanging out with the guys, the people, and meeting people from other channels that show up. A lot of them are very serious and very competitive. More power to them. I just go kind of for the fun of it and just to hang out and have a good time. And that's, to me, that's what it's about on my level. So, and they're a good group of people. So. And there's a lot of big channels that's kind of where they started. They went to the No Name Nationals and they worked their butts off, and their goal was to become a full-time YouTubers and big channels. You know, not everybody makes it, but a few of them have. So, you know, everybody's got to get their start somewhere. Everybody starts off with 0 subscribers for the most part. And if you're a YouTuber with a car channel of some sort, you know what, and you want to come to an event and participate in, you got to have 500 subscribers. You can do it. I didn't think I'd ever get it. The first 100 are very hard. And with all the new rules changes, it's even harder, but it can still be done. A lot of people are doing it. I think I got mine. I signed up, paid my entry fee and everything before I had my 500 subscribers, and I was determined. Nothing was stopping me. I busted my hump. I went to many events, hung out. They have a chat every Friday night discussing random car stuff, the event, several other things, but went to them every night, learned a lot. I'm still learning a lot. I'm 63 years old and I still learn every day. If you're not learning something, you're not doing nothing. But anyway, enough on that. It was, like I say, it was a good time. And again, I'm going again this year, taking this car instead of the other car. I think this will do a little bit better than the van. Plus, it probably weighs about half the weight, and It's got the same motor, just not fuel injected. So, anyway, back to sanding. So, I guess got some surface rust. I'm gonna hit that. That comes off nice. I don't believe this is wet dry sandpaper, but I've wetted it a little bit so it would cut better. Also keeps the dust down. Like I say, I know this car, what it is, you know. It's a Survivor, it's a Pontiac. The main reason I bought it, because it was a Pontiac, you know. General Motors really screwed the pooch when they discontinued their line. That's my opinion. You know, we all have one, but I think they made a major mistake when they done it. But anyway, Pontiacs are getting harder to find all the time. And yes, I know, guys, it's a four-door. But you know what? Hell, I actually wish it was a wagon, to be honest with you. I kind of like wagons kind of lowered and nice set of wheels on it. A little extra in the motor. They're kind of neat. But I like unusual stuff. This here service rust, when I do my final sand, I can knock that off. That's just stuff that I missed when we Scotch commented and sanded it with a Scotch-Brite and Comet. This other stuff probably won't smooth out unless I hit it with this. With the minus of these chips, which I'm not going to worry about too much on the quarter, because eventually we will come back, cut this out down the road when I get more time, and patch that in, because this is packed full of dirt back here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's just all kinds of crap in behind it, and that's what rusts them all out. So, but for the most part here, we're just going to rough that down, and I want to make it smooth around these things. And that's what we're doing. We're going to come back. I'm going to put a little piece of tape in behind them temporarily, and we're going to run a little JB weld. We're going to use the stick and putty the holes with JB weld, and then we'll buff that down. And any imperfections, we'll come back with the liquid JB weld and smooth it out with that a little bit more. Buff that back down and give it a good once over with some 600, and we're going to spray bomber. You know, if this was a two-door and in a little bit better shape, I might consider slicking it up pretty good, but it's not, so it's just going to be a fun car. Looks like I need to take the door handles off, but I ain't doing that either. come back, put some masking tape around this, try to get in there and get some of that rust off the best I can. Except most of it's surface rust, but she's looking, in my opinion, better. You guys might think, boy, I'm a copper. Yes, I'm not a body man. I'm not a body man, nor am I a mechanic. I'm a car enthusiast, just like 90% of the people out there that like to work on their own stuff. Like I say, my motto is, it may not be done the right way, but it's done my way. Checking to see if you guys are still in with it. We can see what was going on. A lot of chips inside the doors. Probably decades of door damage. And I really hate that you guys can't interact with me and I can't interact with you. Let me get a rack here. And I know the lack of interaction is hurting the viewers on it, but I've done it both ways. I've restarted them before, and that doesn't go over because then YouTube won't push the one right after the first one. And the lack of interaction, they probably won't anyway. But anyway, I'm probably going to do another one on Sunday sometime, probably in the afternoon. And that we will be continuing with what we're doing. Later today, I am going to, excuse me, I'm going to what they call a pre-80s sled cruise-in type thing. It's some kind of thing they're having in Branson, Missouri. It's a yearly thing. And I'm going to try to get some footage there. And they're supposed to cruise over Table Rock Dam sometime late this afternoon, early evening. I think it's later this afternoon. So, but they haven't broadcast when they're doing it, so I've got to go there early enough and get set up out by the dam before they come through. Otherwise, I won't get it. That's the plan. So, I know now a lot of you are probably thinking, that sure looked a hell of a lot better on the body with the body trim on it. Well, yeah, it might have. But it's too late now, right? It'll look all right, I think, when it gets done. It'll be spotty, but, you know, it has character. It will have character. And again, we're not making a show quality car. For the most part, we got the one side done. Like I say, we'll come back and hit some of the spots with their rust reformer and a little spot primer. Give her a quick rub down again and mask her off, and we'll clear coat it. So if you guys want to keep up on it, make sure I'm going to do a long form on all these repairs I'm doing on the body, the clear coating. Then I've got to change the master cylinder, and we've got to basically replace the whole cooling system. So that's what we're doing. The only thing we're not replacing basically will be the the heater core and the engine block. So not much I can do about that. So in the meantime, guys, we'll see you on the next one. Don't forget, Sunday I'll try this again. Y'all have a good day.